today in the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And why should they download the app, Benjamin?
You want to know why, T-Lo? You want to know why they should download the 101.7 The Truth app? Because it's amazing.
All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place. Download the new 101.7 The Truth app now.
I love the Truth app. I like being able to go back and listen to old tapings.
Milwaukee Black Talk. 101.7 The Truth. Join the livest talk and text fan base in the country.
You're fun. Well, you speak the truth. It's 101.7 The Truth.
That's right.
With Sherwin Hughes.
That's right.
So it's your particular truth.
Keep calling.
You on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Keep texting.
Because Mike from Mill Road just said, I hope Mel never even thinks about another man when she's booed up because sheesh.
Keep being you, Truth Nation.
I just thank y'all for bringing awareness to our community.
Milwaukee Black Talk. 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, just press play. Your favorite award-winning 101.7 The Truth shows are now streaming live on video. Watch us live on 101.7 The Truth's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, 1017thetruth.com. Just press play for the home of Milwaukee Black Talk, 101.7 The Truth.
Thank you, Truth Nation. Your passion and support has helped make Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association best radio show in the state of Wisconsin.
When did this word become so powerful?
You know
that
what
a
it
person
is,
would
Truth Nation? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
The best way to start your day. Cutting through the noise and bringing you the real stories behind the headlines.
Talk to someone about how you feel. Do not internalize it. Do not consume it. You deserve to be heard.
It's time to wake up with Milwaukee's favorite morning show.
It's not just we canceled it, it's over, it's a done deal. Shouldn't be that way. That program still should proceed no matter how a few may go against it.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
Telly, where all the watch party? Where the brothers gonna be? I just want to see what she was gonna do.
This is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app. Here are your hosts, the effective communication coach Denise Thomas and two-time Emmy Award winner Telly Hughes.
101.7 The Truth, and yes, welcome to another edition of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. DT is on assignment, but
Telly's here somewhere.
Telly's here somewhere.
Yes.
We are.
He's making a grand entrance.
Yes, he's going to make a grand entrance. But in the meantime, Bailey Coleman and my guy Davian LZ in for the entire crew.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's your Thursday morning going?
My Thursday morning is going okay.
Mine is rough. We already know. Mine is going rough. Mine is going rough.
For y'all that don't know, Davian has a hard time when we have these, what we call one-off shows, right? Yeah. Where we might not be in for the full week, but we're in for like certain days in the week. And this week it's been going on with us. But Davian has to prepare. Davian has to prepare.
I have to mentally be prepared. And I was. Milwaukee, I was mentally prepared to be here at 6:30. But my alarm clock was not. And I woke up at 6:37. And I'm like, OJ running through the airport. You got to be old to understand that.
Right, yeah, you got to be
if you don't understand OJ before he was a murderer, he was running through the airports.
He was the biggest pitch man for sports.
And see, people don't understand that's the effect of, that's why it was so big. When they was like, why is old sports guy getting in and you're young and you look back and they young and they look back, they don't understand.
It's like today's Shaquille O'Neal.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what it would be like. Yes. It would be like Shaquille O'Neal being accused of murder. Anyway.
Right.
I was running through the house grabbing pants and shirts I don't match. And I was just like, let me grab something. And I need to get out the house, brush my teeth, wash my face. And it's a good thing I only live 3 or 4 minutes away.
Right.
If I lived any further, it'd be Bailey flying solo.
Look. And that's never fun early in the morning.
I don't know if I'm telling on myself or not. I don't know, but it makes for a good story. Because I was I was ripping and running, and
Hey.
and I'm usually the one that's driving slow.
Yeah.
Because I've got to that point in my age where I drive slow.
You the grandpa?
And I'm not in a rush. I mean, what you in a rush for? Just because you're in a rush don't mean I'm in a rush.
Oh, goodness.
I'm one of them dudes now.
Now you that dude.
I used to be. I've had so many. I used to be so late to work. When I used to work for the city and be doing building inspection. I had to be there at 6 o'clock and stuff like that. And it was.
You rode through what, 6:30, 6:45?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't nothing.
6:35, and the supervisor would be standing there at the calendar. This is before they had digital stuff. So she's standing there at the calendar, looking at the clock, and she'd be like, ".1, Damien," and I'd be like, because all of that adds up when you work one of those jobs like that where they dock you that time.
Yeah.
When it's time to retire, they calculate that stuff, and they'll be like, I've seen them do it to people. They'll be like, "You owe us a day and a half. You think you done?
Wow.
But you owe us a day and a half of all of this time that you had docked."
Oh, wow.
Or whatever the case. Yeah.
Really?
That's
crazy.
I've seen it happen to people. I've seen it happen.
Really?
And they be so upset.
Do they give you the time that you worked overtime, that you stayed beyond? They don't count that, right?
Don't nobody stay over for the city. This is the city.
They clock out when they clock out.
When you can get out, you're done. Unless they say it's an emergency or something like that. When it comes 3 o'clock, because we have flex schedules. So mine was like, I think I worked 6 to 2:30, 6 to 3 or something like that. Because I went to school. I was going to school at the same time, so I would get off and then go to school and stuff. So. When that time comes for you to get off, you out of there.
Really?
Ooh.
See, working in radio, we'll stay till everything is done. Yeah. We'll kick it, all that. Well, you know how it goes now. You kind of getting the hang of this. But see, radio's different.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun for the most part.
It can be
Except
fun.
for when you got to get up early in the morning. When you get up early in the morning,
I also don't do it every single day.
So right.
Which
was my plight.
If you do something every day, it can lose its shine.
Nah.
I don't know, but if you're on air, it's just different because you're on air. You're a personality. You're talking to people. You're doing whatever.
Yeah,
that's different.
But the thing about it is, even with that, every day is different.
Yeah.
You may have the same game plan when you're going in, right? Every day different. Boom. It's just like, you could plan for this.
I can see that.
But every day is different.
I can see that. Because when I was a building inspector, every day, except for coming in the office, I have to come in the office for 2 hours. And then the rest of the day, I'm out in the field doing inspections until they start making us come back to the office.
Okay.
I was out in the field doing inspections. So 4 or 5 hours out of the day, it's different. Because I've set my schedule. So I'm going to this building. I'm going to that. So every time is a different building. So I'm seeing something different, meeting different people. That's the only way I was able to work that job for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And these millennials don't, they not working no job for 15 years. I have yet to meet someone younger than me that is working a job that long. They don't do it no more.
Right.
And so I'm definitely a dinosaur. But the reason why I was able to do that was because it was something, like you said, something different every day.
Different every day.
Every day. I'm meeting somebody different. Yeah. Different stories to tell.
Different things happening.
I couldn't imagine how our grandparents and their parents went to work at a factory.
Right.
Or something similar.
Right.
Every day you standing there in that same spot and the same stuff is moving for 8 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, speaking
I got respect for them.
I know that's right. Speaking of every day being different, Telly didn't start the show with us, but he gonna finish it. Telly, what you doing?
Look, it wasn't because my alarm went off late. I'll tell you that. We were having a little audio issues this morning, but so glad to do it. And you're right. This is something I do every day, and that is wake up this early. But but like you guys were just talking about, I was able to hear it a little bit. Every day ain't the same.
No.
Every day is not the same.
Nope.
And as much as you try to train your body to wake up at a certain time and to use the bathroom at a certain time, like every day isn't the same.
Nope.
And so you're going to run into it. And And you shouldn't feel bad when it happens because it happens to everybody. I mean, Bailey, you've been in radio for a long time, and I mean, come on, like you're more impressed about how often it doesn't happen as opposed to it happening.
Yeah,
meaning something that isn't in the ordinary routine that all of a sudden just rear its ugly head when you get an opportunity. But yeah. Glad that we're here. I'm glad that you all are on. Of course, DT is on assignment. And good morning. We have a lot to get to. And I know I was thinking about both of you guys yesterday when I threw out this question. And
oh, no. Here you go.
Because I know both of you all.
You're going to light the studio.
Both of you all have exes, and the question was, would you rather party with Diddy for one night or take your ex back?
Oh.
That's a loaded question. It depends. Let me just say this. It depends on if it's a public party with Diddy in a public space or am I going to Diddy's house? There's got to be caveats to this.
See, no, you're asking for too many details.
Well,
it's one night of partying with Diddy. We don't know what that means.
Okay.
So you asking questions that only a few people who sign non-disclosures know.
Let me say this. I have been at a public party with him before.
Oh,
I have
so
publicly
you've already done
partied.
it?
Yes, I
You're
in the
speaking
public
from
though.
Okay.
In the public. In Chicago.
Look how I'm looking at you. I wish you could see
I got
I'm
a
looking at
picture.
her, Telly. She was hanging out with Diddy.
It's on my Facebook page.
Oh, I see. And
It's
that's
on my
why we
Facebook
encourage Truth Nation to stream and watch us live because they can see this. They don't have to just hear what we're talking about.
Full disclosure. Full disclosure.
Okay.
But it was a public party. We were in Chicago at a club hanging out with a bunch of other radio people and listeners.
Well, he probably was on his best behavior.
He was, and it was way back when.
He was wild way back then. But
that's what they saying.
But to answer the question, Telly, I probably would take back one of my exes before I went to a party with Diddy. See, I can say that now. I could be like one of my exes because I've been divorced for 10 years. So I could be like one of my exes. It's not just one particular.
Oh.
There you go. See?
Yesterday when I threw this question out, there were people that kind of hesitated, but mostly everyone chose what you did, Damian.
Yeah.
They chose to take their ex back, even though I'm looking at it. Well, of course, Al had to call in and say.
Of course, Al had to call in.
Al said, "Look, I'll take the partying and hopefully come up." and Tony was saying, "Well, there's no guarantee that you'll come up. I mean, you just partying with him, Yeah, but you just hope that you could get to him before he gets to you, drug him, take his ATM card, come up."
No.
Speaking of crazy scenarios, we have a hot show for you all today, Truth Nation, and something that is going viral, and we got to talk about it, and that is a man with a suspended license appears on Zoom in court driving. While driving. So, yeah, exactly. So, you can't even make this stuff up. We have audio of it for proof. So, we'll get into that. And on the local front, there's a couple of things going on. I know you guys heard about that Oak Creek KinderCare employee and them finding cocaine at a daycare.
Wow.
And one of the kids, yes. So, we'll get into that as well. And plus, MPS behind on some financial paperwork. So
Wait a minute.
Hey. Don't shoot the messenger, Bailey.
Wait a minute.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I need my money back.
I did read that.
I need my money back. I need my funding back. Because how much did we commit?
$250 million.
I'm about to sell my house so I don't have to pay.
That is.
When we get to that, we'll talk.
Well, speaking of that, we the budget The $1.5 billion budget, which includes 288 cuts, will go to a final vote tonight. So we'll get into all that on the other side of the break. Truth Nation, we are just getting started. Hit us up, 833-212-1017. And you can always stream and watch us live on YouTube and Twitter at 101.7 The Truth and 101.7thetruth.com. Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ in the building, in for DT. More Truth Be Told with DT and Telly after this.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
It started with a prediction.
Gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Are you ready to find your dream home but don't know where to start? Well, I've got great news for you. Join me, Sherwin Hughes, on Saturday, June 15th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at North Division High School for Axe Housing's free home buying seminar in partnership with BMO Harris Bank. Visit axehousing.org today to register for this informative event where you can be put on your path toward home ownership. There are absolutely no income limits. Make this the day you build your home ownership team. Meet with Axe Housing, HUD certified home buying and financial coaches. Attend sessions on how you can build and repair your credit. And honestly, my favorite part is that you can get pre-approved for a home loan right there on the spot. Become another success story by taking your first steps toward home ownership right now by working with Axe Housing and BMO Harris Bank. So again, join me on Saturday, June 15th between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at North Division High School in Milwaukee for Axe Housing's free home buying seminar in partnership with BMO Harris Bank. Register today by visiting axehousing.org. That's axehousing.org.
Okay, Fred, so I got some questions.
What's up?
Where should I go if I want to start my own business?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, Fred, so where should I go if my kid needs an internship or if I need a job? Where do I go?
You go to EerieInsurance.com.
Okay, so what if I want to work for a company that believes in diversity, has great benefits, and growth for people like us?
You already know. It's EerieInsurance.com.
Man, so Fred, I just need to go to Erie Insurance?
Go to EerieInsurance.com for all that you need.
It's amazing.
Connie's Compassionate Care is a Wisconsin Medicaid Badger Care Plus benefit program designed to help pregnant women retain the support and services needed to have a healthy baby. From medical appointments, transportation, and health education support. So, if you or anyone you know can benefit from our agency, call 414-550-7521 to speak with Lasagna. Connie's Compassionate Care has got you covered.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Hey, you can smoke a split with a clip, but there's still no mountain pie, you know.
Truth Nation, welcome back to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ in for DT, who is on assignment. It's always fun when you guys are in the studio, and it seems like we always run across some crazy topics, and this one definitely falls right in line. So there was a man with a suspended license.
Oh, my gosh.
He joins court while driving, and I don't know if he thought his reason for doing so was valid, but you got to remember why you are actually in court to begin with. And we actually have audio of how this all played out in the courtroom yesterday.
Have you not heard the audio?
I've been avoiding it. Every time I slide on Instagram, it pops up.
It is
and I just been
so
avoiding it.
hilarious.
We go hear it right about now. Go ahead.
Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving? Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Come on, man. Come on.
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Wow. All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
You should really see the judge's face.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is turning himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Wow.
Dumb.
And then he acted
Assistant
like
Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Pierce.
he acted like,
here's
oh
the
my
thing.
God.
And that was the thing. He was like, when he said his bond was revoked, he says he had this look on his face like, I can't believe they did that.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
See, that's
And
why.
just so y'all know, the judge was black. The judge was black.
Yes.
And so that was he was looking like this fool, all of those words.
Yeah, that's top-notch foolery right there.
I mean, he literally
You are going to court for driving without a license. You're zooming in from your. At least say I'm sitting in somebody just dropped me off at the doctor's. Jump in the passenger seat or something before you log in.
Hello.
And say somebody just dropped me off. I'm riding with somebody right now, and or whatever. Or don't have your camera on. Whatever the case may be.
Hello.
You dumb enough to cut your camera on in the driver's seat, then fully admit I'm just pulling in.
Right. I'm just pulling in.
But he said I was going to the doctor, so that was supposed to make it all right.
I had to go to the doctor, Your Honor.
I mean,
I got that sugar. I had to go to the doctor. I got full-blown sugar. I had to go to the doctor. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry this happened.
But what happened to you thinking, okay, this is a driving violation. I don't need for them to see me actually driving. Hello?
Yeah, he's ridiculous for that.
This just, I mean, think of all the questions we just asked. That means there was so many things wrong with this.
He didn't even talk.
From him driving, from him being on camera, from like, what are you doing? And like you guys said, just have the video off until you park and be like, hey, I'm having some camera issues. And then, but you're like, well, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Like, you're going in for another charge. Like you missed a child support.
Right.
Like, fool, you don't have a license and you're driving.
You fully admit you're driving on camera.
Yes.
That's recorded.
Yes.
That you're driving at your hearing for driving without a license.
Exactly.
So you obviously don't care.
Not at all. Just blatant. The audacity of him to just pop up on screen driving.
And the judge has to bank you over the head because you on camera, he on camera watching you drive.
Exactly.
So there's nothing to say.
What were you thinking? He was going to be like, you know what? Yeah, you probably had no other way to get to the doctor, so let me go ahead and let you off. Like, what? I'm telling you, the look on his face when he said his bond was revoked, it was like, are you serious? And the judge looking like, I'm all the way serious. Like, what are you talking about?
I mean,
Sir Chance hit us up on the True Talk to Text line and said maybe he thought the judge was going to cut him slack just because he said, I'm pulling into my doctor's office versus being caught driving to the weed man. Well, I don't care where he was going, Chauncey. He shouldn't have even been behind the wheel. Right. Is the point.
Exactly.
That is an epitome of stupid. That's like you going to jail for smoking weed and you come on the Zoom, rolling a blunt. What are you?
Yeah. You pretty much.
Exactly.
That's what you're doing. It may seem like it's just driving without a license, but I'm gonna get my license back anyway. It's a formality. Yeah, but you don't have it
right
at the moment, so now you're driving illegally.
And he was just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm about to I'm about to pull over right now. No, I'm pulling up in the spot right now. No, I'm almost. All right, I'm here.
Yeah,
All right, let's
go." He got them waiting on him to do something illegal.
Right, exactly.
You got the court waiting for you to do something illegal so that we can give you some type of sentence for your illegal activity that
you're performing right in front of us.
Wow.
I had a feeling this would kind of get the juices going this morning, because when somebody does something this stupid and you really don't like to use that word unless it really applies.
No, that's stupid.
It definitely applies.
Yeah.
In this one.
I hate calling people stupid. I tell my young folks, don't call nobody stupid.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing nobody did is stupid, because that's offensive. You don't know.
Yeah.
No, this stupid. This stupid. This like Cole, you stupid.
It was right.
This stupid.
It's offensive for you to even try and do that. That's what is offensive.
Man, I like to give
him being called stupid probably doesn't. But that shouldn't faze him at all.
I like giving people the benefit of a doubt a lot, but nah.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt.
No.
Sometimes it's hard.
You got to give people the credit.
There's no doubt in his stupidity.
There's no doubt.
There's no question.
Yes.
You pulled up on a Zoom driving without a license was your court hearing case.
Man,
he might as well just smack the judge.
Okay,
he might as well be the dude that jumped over the judge.
Exactly,
because you going to jail.
You going to jail. He had to be. Look, he had to turn himself in by 6 o'clock that evening.
Act shocked.
Right. I wonder, did he drive himself to the jailhouse?
Well, he had until about 6 o'clock to figure that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, y'all just gonna let me out anyway. Then they're gonna ask him, "Did you drive yourself here, Tommy?" I don't even know the brother's name. Tommy.
He probably gonna admit it too.
He'll probably say,
he'll be like,
how else was I gonna get
I
here?
had no other ride.
He's famous now to all those police officers. They waiting on him to come.
They are waiting
so they can talk about him.
Exactly. They're probably waiting for him to pull in the lot to see if he drives himself.
They're gonna be standing out there at 6. If he ain't come by 6, everybody gonna be standing out there waiting. This dummy done pulled up to the police. He done pulled up, y'all. He done pulled up and parked his car. We see you on 6th Street.
Exactly.
We got cameras over there. Don't you ain't fooling us by walking around the corner.
Okay.
Because you turn yourself in for driving without a license. You just gonna sign yourself back out. But,
right.
But still, they waiting on him.
They waiting on him.
They waiting. Tommy, did you drive here?
Yes.
Because
did your mama drop you off? How you get here?
What's wrong with just paying the bills, paying the tickets?
Well, he probably did pay the tickets.
And when your license is suspended, it is trying to promote you to figure out other safer ways for you to get around.
There you go.
If that means catching the bus, if that means
catch a little Uber.
It doesn't mean, all right, I'll let a week go by and then I'll get back behind the wheel. and people won't know unless I get pulled over.
It's cutting.
Yeah, so that is such a crazy thing. And speaking of another crazy and bizarre story and very, very sad, an Oak Creek Daycare kinder care employee was arrested. And after cocaine was found in a child's toxicology screening. And so this means this person / employee was bringing cocaine into this daycare, not knowing what was going on. And an infant was exposed to this cocaine. And this is a 1-year-old that was exposed. So very, very unfortunate and sad thing. And we are going to get more into it after the break. Truth Nation, hit us up. We want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. And as always, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and Twitter at 101.7 The Truth and 101.7thetruth.com. Again, after the break, we'll get into this story. A KinderCare employee arrested after cocaine was exposed to a 1-year-old infant. We'll get into that after the break. Keep it locked right here on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 101.7 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
Have you ever heard of the saying, health is wealth? Or eat your food as medicine before you have to take your medicine like it's food? Well, I'm maturing in age and I'm starting to realize what it means to truly value my health. Lately, I've been paying attention to what I'm putting in my body by making changes to my diet and adding exercise to my daily routine. Look, I love to eat, and I have not always been conscious of reading the labels. My motto used to be, if it tastes good, it's all good. Now my motto is eat better, get stronger, and live longer. The truth is, it's important to make positive adjustments that will increase your health long term. I might not be a guru on nutrition, but I do know you are what you eat. And even if you decide to eat better, you still have to watch out for processed foods, PFAs, GMOs, and other man-made chemicals that could negatively impact your health. So remember to detox your body as often as you can. There are many ways to go about this, so do your research and check with your doctor if you have pre-existing conditions. At the end of the day, it's your life, your health, and we have to make sure we're taking time to do the proper maintenance on ourselves. Also, make sure you choose a diet and exercise routine that works for you. I'm excited about this new journey that I'm on to properly take care of my body, and I hope I can encourage you to get excited about your health as well. Eat better, get stronger, live longer. Now start eating powerful.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
The YMCA is just a starting line. For the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. Y is the before work hustle, an after school home, a section of my block, a corner to call my own. With my Y, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your why. Join today at ymca.org for a better us.
With an accident on westbound 94 coming out of the Marquette interchange blocking the left lane, that's going to complicate matters through the Marquette itself. It does stay heavy all the way out to Mitchell Boulevard, though, so something to keep in mind. We also have a crash on 43 southbound right about at Good Hope Road. That one is off on the left shoulder through that construction zone, going to complicate matters just a wee bit. We've also got eastbound 94 backing up from 84th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Typical delays with that one. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, a chilly start, but it'll be sunny and beautiful, a high of 65 at the lake, 71 inland. Tonight, clear and chilly with a low of 48 at the lake, 44 inland. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. The Brewers handed pitching phenom for the Cubs, Shota Imanaga, his his first loss this year after scoring 7 runs on Showdown, beating the Cubs 10-6 on Wednesday. A trio of home runs from Christian Yelich, Blake Perkins, and Willie Adames helped lead the way. Brewers face Jamison Taillon and the Cubs with Colin Ray expected to take the mound for the Brewers this Thursday afternoon. First pitch is scheduled for 12:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 11:35. And finally in the NBA, Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves look to stay alive, down 3-1 versus the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic. They are scheduled to tip off in Minnesota for Game 5 this Thursday at 7:30. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told. Man, Ricky, you be playing them classics, man. I be having to let the beat drop, so I gotta wait.
I try.
I wanted to sing along, and I'm like, I'm on the radio. That wouldn't be
right. Man, oh man. All right, before we get into this next story, I want to give my sister Chevelle a shout out. My sister retired. She has worked for the government, basically Social Security. Man, I cannot believe she's worked over 35 years.
Wow, really?
She is officially retired. Now, let me tell you, I'm gonna put a business out there. So, yes, congratulations, Chevelle. Love you. Great job. I mean, there are very few people that can work that long at one place, and I still don't believe how you were able to do it. But congratulations, and I'm glad she's going to officially retire, y'all, because here's the thing. She had a retirement trip plan in October. And she was like, yeah, I'm retiring, and after 36 years or something like that. He's either 36 or 38, but after so many years, I'm taking a vacation, and we're all going to Jamaica, and I'm retiring. And they take the trip. Bailey, Damien, they get back. She says, well, I'm gonna stay on until the end of May. They asked me to stay on. I said, what do you mean? And so the running joke, all the way up until now, we're like, okay, are you really going to retire? And so it's official. She got up this morning, and she got up at her normal time and didn't have anywhere to go. So that was a great thing.
Yeah.
So congratulations once again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had to get that out there. I text her. I say, hey, tune in. I'm about to give you a shout out.
Aww.
So I gave her shout out.
That's great.
All right. Yeah. So speaking of employees, and this is one that probably wouldn't make it to retirement, at least not at KinderCare. So if you haven't heard, there was a daycare employee at the Oak Creek KinderCare facility. And
Oak Creek, everybody. Oak Creek. Really?
Yes.
Ooh, Oak
so
Creek.
apparently the parent of this 1-year-old is speaking for the first time. And how this all came about was back on May 15th, this parent, we're going to call her Miss Hobson, said she discovered scratches and marks on her 11-month-old son, Prince, when she picked him up from KinderCare. She took him to the Children's Wisconsin, where doctors conducted tests revealing cocaine in Prince's system.
Wow.
Wait a minute. How old is the baby?
11-month-old.
11 months.
Oh, my gosh.
So this was May 15th. On May 22nd, the KinderCare was searched by drug-sniffing dogs, and they found cocaine in a plastic baggie in a worker's backpack in the infant's room. Prosecutors charged 24-year-old Passion Watson with a misdemeanor drug possession charge.
Wow.
First off, I don't even know how it's still classified as a misdemeanor after an 11-month-old is exposed, and that is in their system. And as a matter of fact, the family joined the Tory Lowe show yesterday. And Ricky, do we have a clip from the family on the Tory Lowe show yesterday?
Yes, we do.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear from the family of this infant who was exposed to cocaine at daycare.
Wow.
Kimberly Hobson in the building, and we got James in the building, and attorney B. Ivy Lamar. Mom.
Yeah.
Now, when you first called me about this situation, I could not believe it.
Right.
And you told me that this happened at a daycare where your child was abused. First of all, you noticed abuse.
Yeah.
What happened?
At first, I noticed a bruise on his nose on May 3rd, but nobody had any explanation to what happened. Then on May 9th, he had a black eye. They wrote an incident report, but still nobody seen anything that happened. Then May 14th, they called me, said he was throwing up. He couldn't come back for 24 hours. But I talked to the director, and she said he could come back because, babies, I just assume babies throw up.
Right.
But then May 15th, they called again at the same time, saying the same thing, that he was throwing up, but he couldn't come back. So when I got there, he just wasn't himself, and he was clingy and whining a little bit. So when we finally got him home, I noticed a scratch on his butt that had blood in his diaper.
A scratch on his butt?
Yeah.
I mean, inside the diaper?
Right.
What kind of scratch? Was it a light scratch? Was it a heavy scratch?
It had to be heavy because there was blood.
Right.
And then I picked him up, and my daughter seen a scratch on his side. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I lay him down, lift up his shirt. You just see all the bruises on him.
Multiple?
Yeah, multiple. On his stomach, his back, his side.
Did this look like a human? Did
Oh,
this
yeah.
Look like
his side
animal?
looked like scratch marks, like somebody dug their nail into the side of his stomach. And his stomach looked like somebody was pinching him, maybe. It's just bruises on his stomach.
That's crazy.
It still has scars today.
So you,
Ricky, you can go ahead and cut it. Wow,
Let me-
that is. Go ahead, baby.
That's, you know what? As a mother, real talk, I see anything. You are not going back.
Yeah, they wouldn't have got my baby back after the first time.
Exactly.
But you gotta go to work.
You gotta go to work. I
initially
understand
thought
that.
I was like,
Yeah.
how they keep getting their baby back? But
Yeah,
you gotta. And
you
I
gotta
don't
go to
blame the
work.
mother for that. But
Yeah.
you gotta go to work. You gotta go to work. So
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So we got to get to break. Bailey, Damien, I definitely want to get you all's reaction. Truth Nation, we want to hear from you as well. 833-212-1017. You heard from the mom of this infant who was exposed to cocaine at his daycare. So we want to hear from you. We know you have a lot to say about this. Again, hit us up, 833-212-1017. Keep it locked right here on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We'll continue this after the break.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation!
And all our juicy jammers out there.
Make certain that you tap into Jam with Juice each and every day so you can quench your thirst.
That is right. You already know you can sip on us every single day, like Benjamin said, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. But that's not all, y'all.
Catch us exclusively on YouTube for our 6 to 7 show.
Yep, only on Thursdays.
Catch Jamming with Juice each and every day on 1017 The Truth.
Now sip on that.
Hi, I'm a volunteer for Donald Trump.
Yeah, what do you want?
Your vote! Come on, Trump's our guy. He says he's the best guy ever for Black America. Better than Barack Obama.
Better than Obama? Trump's the guy who told America Obama was born in Africa. Never respected him enough to even accept him as president. All his white supremacist friends loved that one.
Man, that is old news.
Old news? Here's what's not old news. Trump is telling us right now he wants to be a dictator. Says he'll rip up the Constitution. Says there'll be a bloodbath if he loses again like last time.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't heard that.
Trump calls all those white folks who attacked the Capitol on January 6th heroes and patriots. He wants to pardon them. What do you think he'd be saying if it had been black folks who attacked the Capitol?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. He'd call them criminals and thugs, say they should be in jail, and throw away the key.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. I'm sticking with Biden.
Me too.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, welcome back to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Bailey Coleman, Damian LZ in the building. We were talking about the daycare employee who was arrested, and I believe, Damian, you were the one that corrected us and said the care worker got charged with felonies for child abuse and neglect now. Right. Okay. So at first, I guess, so the actual the drugs that they found was a misdemeanor, probably based on the amount. Right. But after the child was revealed to be exposed to the cocaine, then they charged, her name again is Passion Watson with felony child abuse and neglect. Truth Nation, hit us up, 833-212-1017. Bailey, I know we were just about to get your reaction, but after hearing the mom, Miss Kimberly Hobson, on the Tory Lowe show yesterday, and now getting the information, what is your reaction and your thoughts and feelings about this?
You know, just as a parent, as a mother, I'm outraged for her. You know, because she's stuck. I'm sure she probably had to go to work and was like, well, it was just a scratch, and was like, you know, it'll be okay. It's just a scratch. Kids get scratched, kids play, kids whatever. And then, I mean, it just evolved into more. And I'm just, you know, I don't know what some of these kids or people that are working in some of these places, I got nothing for you. If you are unhappy in your position where you are, then maybe that's not a position you should be in. These kids, they didn't ask. They're coming there because their parents are buying a service and should be able to trust you with their child. Kids cannot speak for themselves.
No.
And that's why, you know, and what's going on with the whole daycare center? You mean to tell me you didn't know that this particular employee was having issues? Everybody know when they work somewhere. Oh, so-and-so,
You have suspicions, but a lot of times they good at hiding it. That's what make drug addicts drug addicts. They good at hiding it a lot of times.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But not always.
Yeah, that's true.
Not always.
Yeah, but no better person to talk this topic to and about than our own resident doctor, Dr. Ford. We made you a resident doctor, but thank you for calling in, and we appreciate it. And your thoughts about this topic, I mean, because I'm sure you've been exposed to all type of different things, and to have an 11-month-old exposed to cocaine, just exactly how dangerous of a situation is this?
Well, absolutely. Well, good morning, everybody. What I want to say is it can be extremely dangerous for any child, let alone an infant, an 11-month-old, or a toddler. The problem is that children's physiology, or the way that their body is made up, is different and developing in times beyond what we experience as an adult. And so things, even, drugs alone, medications that we take, we have an initiative that's called One Pill Can Kill. So common medications that we take for blood pressure, or that we take for, any other ailment as an adult, if a child gets a hold of it, it can kill them, just one dose of it. And so it's a movement that we're trying to solve in medicine to kind of help bring awareness to that. Now, let alone with adulterated, drugs, street drugs. We don't know what's in those drugs. We don't know what the child has ingested or the amount that they've ingested. So things like cocaine, things like fentanyl, things like even marijuana, when people have it around the house or if children are exposed to it, this can have irreparable damage to a child. And that's why, this is a felony charge. That's why children's, I would imagine, where they went to, where they got the drug testing for, did that workup, because it is something that, this child fortunately was able to leave that daycare with his life intact, but who knows, what else another person's child could be exposed to, or this child could be exposed to. It could be deadly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So many great points, Dr. Ford. And before we let you go, just, the irresponsibility of this employee, because if you work around kids, how sensitive they are and what needs to be in place in order for daycares to work. And even if that's what you're doing on the side, just to bring it into work, just how irresponsible that is. And again, any type of exposure, no matter the amount, is terrible for a developing child, correct?
Absolutely. I would say for employers, for employees, for parents, anyone who is around a child, I think the bigger issue is if you have a problem with any substance abuse, definitely get help, because it leaks into every avenue of your life, as you all mentioned in the beginning. People who have drug addictions, they're good at hiding it. They're good at, getting through their day-to-day with that substance abuse issue. And so there's a bigger psychology about it. There's a bigger addiction factor to it. And before it seeps into other aspects of your life, let's say if you're driving while intoxicated, you could affect someone's life. You could kill someone. Or if you're working in a daycare setting, you can kill someone's child. So if you have an issue, get help. Help is available to you all throughout the city. You can come to the hospitals. We can give you help as well. But do it before it's too late for yourself and for someone else's child.
Right. Dr. Ford, we appreciate it as always. Great advice and great knowledge that you drop on Truth Nation. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right, y'all have a good morning.
All right, that's Dr. Ford giving us some good advice from a medical standpoint. And again, this story to me is so ridiculous because Damien, you bring up a really great point when you're talking about people that are addicted to drugs and how well they are able to disguise it. And because it rarely happens where you're caught on the first time.
No,
so that's what's even scarier is to know that probably wasn't the first time that there was some type of drugs in that person's backpack.
She's been bringing it the whole time
at work.
And when people are on drugs, what they do is they'll hide it. They'll be able to hide it successfully the first 2 or 3 months, 4 months of it. And some people are able to, they have functioning drug addicts. They're able to hide it successfully their entire lives, and people don't even know it. But once you have real drug addicts, and there are drug addicts, but once you have those that lose control of it and they become, they think they're hiding it, but they're not. And in this case, we don't know if this woman was going out here selling these, because it is Oak Creek. So she could have been going out here, selling this cocaine to the parents. We don't know. But we have to, what we do know is that this mother had to be traumatized twice.
Yeah.
And if you read the article, she was traumatized twice, in that her kid was hit and beat on and showed signs of that. Not only that, the kid ingested some type of cocaine somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But when they found the test at the hospital, they then went and raided her house. So her house got raided. Because, you know, they think she must be getting it from home. Right. Thinks the daycare. So they go raid her house, put her through all of that, only to find out that, and they're not wrong in doing that, because if you run a toxicology on the kid and he comes back with drugs, you're going to go to the house. Right. That's the first place you're thinking. And then to only find out that it's at the daycare. Yeah. They have to bring a dog to the daycare to sniff out the daycare and find the cocaine. Now, my theory is that with the kid having scratches on it, with the baby having scratches on it and all of this, when people use cocaine, they got that long cocaine nail. They dipping it in that baggie and they putting it in their nose.
Is that how that works?
I've seen it in movies.
Okay.
Not that I know personally, obviously, because I'm clearly, and I'm laughing, but I've never done anything like that. Most I've done is smoke some weed. Okay. I hate taking pills. Anyway, the point is, that's probably how this kid ingested. The abuse of this daycare worker exposed their addiction. Had they not been abusive to this child, we would have never known about this. Mm-hmm. So that's another reason to be very careful about where you put your children. Yeah. Who watches your children. Yeah. Every place that say they care about your kids, and this place name is KinderCare, every place that say they care about your kid don't. Yeah. Because if they did, they would have been watching this.
Mm-hmm.
And Bailey, you were the first to bring out, like, how does this parent have to feel? And now hearing all of that, and then just think about it this way as well. If your child is the only child that was exposed to this, and like how much do you feel singled out? And again, you're just sending your child to daycare to be cared for during the day. That's why it's called a daycare. Right. While I'm at work, not knowing or thinking that I'm putting my child in a dangerous situation every single day. Now, if there were, not to say that this would have made it any better, to say that there were other children that were coming home with scratch marks and things like that. But if out of all these kids, my kid is the only one that is coming home with a black eye and scratch marks, and then I find out that cocaine is in my 11-month-old system. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I thank God this mom is handling it the way that she is. Yeah. Because I know I would be outraged. My wife would have been outraged. Anybody I know in my family would want to go nuts on that daycare.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, like, how much do you have to feel singled out having the only child that is going through this? So that almost makes you think even further, like, okay, do they have something against my child? Why are they doing my child like this? Right. And just some felony child abuse, neglect. Like, to me, I would definitely want more justice done than just, getting a couple of charges that later on might end up getting dropped because they don't have enough evidence. But don't get me. Because
let me say this,
there's a whole lot to unpack.
I was a bunch of years ago, and I'm telling on myself, a bunch of years ago, I was at a gas station, and I get into it with the gas station attendant. He says something to the effect like, "Mother F your kids," and we were talking about my kids or something, and he said, "Mother F your kids." I said, "What?" I tore that gas station up just because he did that. Now, can you imagine if I find out that somebody beating on my 11th? This is a brand new baby. Can't even defend herself. Can't talk for herself. Can't do nothing for herself. And coming home with bruises and scratches. I probably would be in jail along with the cocaine user, because I would have tore that KinderCare up. Yeah. They would have, nobody's babies would have come back in that KinderCare spot, because, and you can say I'm right. You can say I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. But just me in general, I know what I would have done. I would have tore it up. Yeah. And that woman,
that's how it would go down.
That they found with the drug. This would have been before they even found the drugs. They would have found the drugs after I tore it up. Because I'd have found the drugs my own self. And I'm not saying that this woman didn't do everything she needs to do. I'm saying She probably handled it the correct way. What I'm doing is probably would have been the wrong way, but I wouldn't have been able to control myself.
But it's hard to not have an emotional reaction to this.
Hard.
And we're going to continue this conversation on the other side. But coming up in the second hour, we'll have a special guest. We'll have Fred Johnson, VP and Wisconsin branch manager for Erie Insurance. We're talking diversity and excellence. That interview is coming up after the break. Keep it locked for the second hour of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I know how much you love listening to me bring all the smoke each and every day from 1 to 4. But now, not only can you hear me bring all the smoke, you can watch me bring all the smoke because the award-winning 1017 The Truth is streaming live. Watch all your favorite shows live.
Yeah, Truth Nation, you heard Tory Lowe right. We are streaming all of our shows live every day. To watch the best radio station with the best on-air hosts in Milwaukee, you have to go to 1017thetruth.com and click the Watch Live link. From there, you'll be able to stream us on YouTube and Twitter and get an inside look on all the fun, like watching me from noon to 1 as I do my daily fire freestyle live. Now you know your girl got them bars, right, Benjamin?
Really? Yeah, Mel, you got them bars, and the truth is must-see TV. So make sure y'all tap in to see my boy Tory Lowe and my girl Melanie Ricks to do their thing live every day by streaming 101.7 The Truth on YouTube and Twitter. We live, baby.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Go ahead, take it to the cosmos. I said, I got the cosmos.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Thank you for keeping it locked right here for the second hour of Truth Be Told.
I know.
I had to say it. I'm sorry.
That is not DT. That is Damian and Bailey,
okay.
folks.
Okay. And Ricky's just throwing us back.
I'm sorry, Telly. I couldn't let that go without saying.
That's what it is.
Oh, no, it's all good, man. Come on now. When the music moves you, we know what to do. We've been really getting things going here on Truth Be Told so far, and we were discussing the daycare worker that for some, and I don't like using the word too, but in every sense, stupidly brought some drugs into the daycare center where 11-month-old was exposed. And the True Talking text line has been going crazy. And Damien, Craig on the True Talk to text line agrees with you. Craig says, I'd lose it. That place would be sued. She would be running because she'd be pursued by the me and not a good way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
There'd be no question.
Yeah, I so agree.
Anybody that knows me knows that would have definitely happened. That would have.
Oh yeah.
I would have lost it. My kids call me sometimes Angry Man. So I would have definitely. They would have. Angry Man would have been in effect. It is my superhero power. It would have happened.
so you ain't like you weren't called James Evans, were you? Were you like the James Evans of your family? Always angry. Did you ever see James Evans smile during good times?
That's black man
like
life.
Any
though.
episode.
You know, raising kids, that's your life.
Yeah.
You never
One of them
always got you upset.
Okay.
And so life just
And before the break and before the break, as promised, we have a special guest in the studio. Is none other than Fred Johnson, VP and Wisconsin branch manager for Erie Insurance. Good morning, Fred. Fred is a regular, so I'm sorry, Fred, if it took me a minute to get to the intro, but we know you a friend of the show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you.
Fred was just he's the most loved friend.
Exactly.
Of the show. He just got
a shout out from the sales department. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey man, you got to earn that. You gotta earn the right to be the best.
That's right, Fred. Hey, that's not given. That's earned. And we're talking diversity and excellence. And first off, Fred, just give us a little background on who Erie Insurance is.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate the time. Appreciate y'all inviting me on, what is it, the best morning show in the universe?
Yes.
So
on the planet.
Yes, on the planet.
Hey, DT hears that, she going to correct you, so
that's why Fred is loved.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Erie Insurance. I mean, we sell auto, home, life insurance, business insurance. We've been around for almost 100 years now. We serve 12 states and D.C., so we're really in the northeast coast. We go Wisconsin as far west as we go. We're ranked, though, nationally, even though we're only a regional carrier, ranked nationally. We're number 12 in auto, 12 in home, 13th in the business insurance. So we, play with the big dogs, even though we're only a regional carrier. And we're award winning. We've won J.D. Power Awards for right now. We've got number 1 in homeowners, number 1 in renters, number 1 in property claims. So when you need us, we're there, and we're ranked number 1 for all that. So only right that come on an award winning radio station with an award winning insurance carrier.
There it is.
All right now.
We've got the AM Best rating too, A+. So very financially stable as well.
Excellent.
Wow.
Nice. Now, Fred, we know, again, you're a friend of the show. We know you love listening to The Truth, 101.7 FM, and all the shows that's on The Truth. And we tell people, yes, Fred Johnson's joining us, VP and branch manager, but let Truth Nation know, who is Fred Johnson?
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, so right now I am a father of four young little girls. Got married, got a wife.
I got 4 daughters as well.
You got 4 daughters
so
as
you
well?
feel my
Hey,
so
brother,
the angry man.
we'll
I'm only halfway to y'all. I'm half the man you guys are. I only got 2 daughters.
Prayers for you, brother. I understand what you're going through. I get it, man. It's a long, hard road, but you got to be the angry man, right?
Sometimes it comes.
Yeah, you got to set that up. But just start with my career at Erie. Like I said, I had to earn the right to be the favorite guest out here. I had to earn the right to be where I am today in Erie. I started at the bottom. When Drake wrote that song, started at the bottom. Now you hear he's talking about me.
Okay.
Y'all didn't know that,
All
right?
right now.
That was me.
Okay.
So we started, I started honestly as an intern, taking out the trash, putting paper in the copiers, handing people coffee, filing the files away. That's what I did when I first started with the company. Then ended up getting into claims, did that for 10 years, moved to Erie, Pennsylvania for a little while, was in Cleveland for a while, became a sales manager, and was running the Cleveland territory. When I was up in that territory, told me that was the graveyard. That's where sales managers went to die. And I said, go ahead and give me that one. Luckily for me, I was able to turn that around, won some awards in that territory, and then became the state manager for Ohio.
All right.
And then became the vice president and state manager of Wisconsin. So proud to be here. During that time in Erie, I actually started our African American Affinity Network. So I was the sole member, one and only, and now we're up to over 500.
All right, now.
Over 500.
Nice.
During that time, I was able to win a couple of awards for being a diverse sponsor, an executive sponsor. I won that 3 times nationally, and it was a blessing. Only person in the country ever be able to do that. Right now in Milwaukee, I sit on 5 different boards. I sit on the board for the Scouts, Latino Chamber of Commerce in Southeast Wisconsin, WCRB, which controls workers' comp in the state, Imagine MKE, which does the arts in Milwaukee, and then also Community Insurance Information Center. And they partner actually with the mayor's office for Vision Zero and reckless driving. So we try to partner with them for that. And always, Marquise Who's Who won that, got that award. Oprah Winfrey, I found out, was on that list too.
Okay.
So it's just me. It's me and Oprah.
All right, you and Oprah.
Me and Oprah. And then just recently won the 40 under 40 for Milwaukee Business Journal here in Milwaukee.
Very
so
good.
that
Congratulations.
was very, very cool. Yeah, very blessed.
So wait a minute. You under 40. You've had to live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Cleveland.
Right.
That enough. You paid your dues right there. Let me tell you, because. There's nothing that screams a good time other than Erie, Pennsylvania. But before I get to some other questions, I just got to ask, when you were naming all those boards you're on, do you ever forget how many boards you sit on?
I actually had to write it down just to make sure I remember them all. Sometimes it eludes me. I just, they put the meeting on my calendar. I show up.
He got a cheat sheet over there.
Right.
And let me say this.
Wow.
Erie must be
all right. So
let me say this real quick. Erie must be an excellent company, because in the fact that you were stating how you went from the bottom to basically at the top.
Right.
And anytime a company sees talent in people, that's usually a good company. So I just want to say, applaud them on allowing you to make that rise.
Right.
And for you being able to make that rise, that's excellent.
Yeah,
And that's what you want to hear.
Absolutely.
Where the talent
Absolutely.
speaks, not everything else speaks, but your talent is speaking, and your ability to make yourself valuable to that company. So shout out to them, and shout out to you for doing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of support. It's not always easy for a young black brother coming into
I know that's right.
an insurance office where it's more conservative and you're trying to make your way. But yeah, it really supported me and gave me all the tools I needed to succeed.
Wow. Excellent. Because you don't find that everywhere.
No, you do not. And as a testament to your perseverance and fortitude to continue going and being in markets where others didn't want to go. And man, I want to get more into you, but I know we got to ask some other questions about area insurance before we let you go.
Invite me back. I'm gonna come back.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have you back. And here on The Truth, and especially specifically on Truth Be Told, we try to bring the facts of what's going on in the community and get the information out there and let you process it the way that you are. I mean, however you want to. And we know inflation is hitting the entire country, especially here in Milwaukee and locally. What is Erie doing for the community? I think that's what a lot of people here want to know.
Yeah, so locally here, obviously inflation is affecting all of us. I mean, you feel it at the gas station, you feel it in the grocery store, you feel it when you're getting your insurance, you feel it when you're buying clothes, you feel inflation all over the place. And really for the community, we try to roll our sleeves up. That's one thing I really did in Cleveland. You've heard the term redlining when, insurance companies kind of avoid major metropolitan areas and avoid where all the black folks are, right? Because they want to be more profitable. They want to just kind of write where they know they're going to make all this money instead of avoiding issues that may be a little bit harder to deal with initially and really diving in with the community. But I've always gone against that grain. And that's kind of how I made my name in the Cleveland area, was diving into the community and making sure that we leaned in instead of leaning out, which a lot of carriers unfortunately do. So I'm always big on rolling your sleeves up. Always big on, I don't want to just cut a check and put my name on the side of a building, my name on a door, my name on a sign. When we're diving into the community, we're rolling our sleeves up. So we've always done a lot of things. I just got done delivering coats and shoes to kids in MPS, Milwaukee Public Schools. We just did that giveaway. We were just at the Field of Flags event down there where we planted flags for all the veterans that had passed in Milwaukee. 27,316 flags we planted.
Wow.
The Pride Fest we're going to be a part of. We're going out there supporting all those individuals. We're going to be a part of those. We're actually working with the Boys and Girls Club in Milwaukee, teaching STEM programs to the youth. We're going to be developing that and moving forward with that initiative and growing it further and further. So partnering with them, also doing a driver's ed training, because as we all know in the city of Milwaukee, if you're in here, work here, drive through here, reckless driving is a real problem.
Oh, my gosh.
Real problem.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you have people that'll show up on Zoom on a revoked license charge and go to court.
Right, exactly.
I mean, Telly, preach. I mean, it's out there. So we want to do everything we can to really roll our sleeves up, dive in, and be a part of the community, not just put our name on something and say, hey, we're here. We want to literally be out there. If you see our name on something, that's because we already got our shoes dirty, already got our hands dirty. We're already out there, and we're making it work and, putting our foot where our money where our mouth is.
What are some of the other issues that are affecting insurance companies right now?
A lot. So one, obviously the reckless driving. That's affecting the insurance company dramatically. And, when we see the inflation, you see those rising rates, so those things are hitting us, the inflationary measures. But one thing that, I know a lot of us are feeling here in the state of Wisconsin, especially this year so far, weather patterns.
Oh, yeah.
We're seeing weather's changed dramatically. And I just read an article the other day that now, due to global warming and the shifts in the global patterns, that Wisconsin is actually, the southwestern part of Wisconsin is part of the tornado alley.
Wow.
So you've seen we've had about 20 or 21 tornadoes here, and I think we average about 23.
Right.
And we've already had 20.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a major change. And when you have that many windstorms, hailstorms, tornadoes that are hitting, I mean, obviously that affects insurance because we're paying out on those claims. So that's a major change in the shift, and it's happening across the country. You're seeing it everywhere. I mean, look what just happened in Iowa.
Right.
And, a lot of insurance companies are affected by that. So it's a major issue that we're trying to solve and get in front of, and we're trying to find different solutions for it. Obviously, crime continues to be a major factor in what we're doing. So we've got to make sure we're looking at different crimes that are occurring that, deal with safety of the community and different things like that, but also insurance fraud, which a lot of people wouldn't think about. Insurance fraud is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you can have doctors, lawyers, and individuals that are all in cahoots really trying to scam insurance companies. And you're talking about something where $1 billion gets paid out a year. That affects your bottom line.
Okay.
That affects your bottom line. So if that continues to happen, you got to make some changes. Supply chain issues continue to be an issue that we have to deal with, and even war. I got a fun story for y'all. I got had a claim on a Range Rover.
Okay.
Right, Range Rover hit a pothole. $2,000-$3,000 loss most times. Right, you're going to replace the axle, wheel well. We'll get you back on the road quick. Where do you think this part came from? One guess. One real quick.
The engine.
So we were trying to get this part from a different country. Part came from Ukraine.
Oh.
So,
oh, boy.
Wow.
Because someone, hey, Telly, I know you got some connections, brother. Can you give Putin a call for me real quick and tell him, hey, brother, I need this part.
Do a quick ceasefire so we can get this part out of here.
So
not
going to happen. We had to total out the vehicle. And now that $3,000 loss turns into a $75,000 loss because we can't get the part.
Wow.
So, I mean, our customers
those are things that you do not think about.
Right.
So it's those little things, like you just don't know. What, everything can affect us.
Right.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, Fred, we really, really appreciate you dropping knowledge. We're definitely going to have to get you back on. I mean, you even getting some love on our YouTube message boards. Chica says, I love my Erie. That's the kind of car insurance I got, and cheap too. So we're going to definitely have to get you back on and talk about it. But the one thing.
You come back, I got a gift for my folks here in the studio. You come back, I'll get you one too. You got to be in the room to deliver this gift. So I got this. You can see it on the YouTube channel. So
I can see it. I can see it. Thanks for. I was about to say thanks for ending this on a down note, Fred. We were all good until you told me that, man. No, it's all good. Fred Johnson, VP and Wisconsin Branch Manager for Erie Insurance. Thank you for joining us, Fred. We really appreciate it. And again, we'll get Fred back on to pass along more knowledge about Erie Insurance. Thanks so much, Fred. And when we come back, Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will continue.
Truth Be Told with DT and Telly returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Truth Family Fest is back. If you're looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 17th. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. For more information or to sign up to be a vendor, visit truthfamilyfest.com.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know, what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year, 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know whether it's a new home or a new car. You've worked hard to achieve your dreams, and we work hard to protect them so you can enjoy the utmost peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Grab tickets to any Brewers game now. Next up, it's a can't-miss homestand against the Cubs and the White Sox, the week of May 27th through June 2nd. Open up a new chapter of the I-94 rivalry May 27th through the 30th as the Brewers take on the Cubs. Then join Happy Days theme night for a Bronze Fonz bobblehead at the game on Friday, May 31st. Get in on a big week of Brewers action now at brewers.com/tickets.
On Thursday, May 30th, join Sharp Literacy for the 9th annual Unwrapped Milwaukee fundraising event from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Deco. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizers, entrees, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based educational program, serving thousands of urban elementary students in 49 Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine schools. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I want you so, baby, can't even get mad at you. What a thing, you really sweet, and I feel so good, that's true. You're such a good.
All right, Ricky, I'm starting to wonder if you 35 or 65.
Exactly.
Like you be going way back in the crates.
Pimp music.
I'm just in one of those moods this morning. Some smooth, player.
Clearly.
All that blue-eyed soul you was playing earlier, I was like, come on, Ricky.
You feeling pimpish.
Right, exactly.
You feeling pimpish this morning.
Woke up feeling dangerous.
Okay.
It's just one of the mornings. That's all. We ain't gotta be too aggressive.
I don't know,
with the music.
Ricky. You may have to go a little more in depth. How do you? What type of morning provokes you or
Okay.
entices you to wake up and start thinking pimpish ways?
Not pimpish way. It's just more of a relaxed mood. More relaxed music. I don't really want to hear no hip hop today. I want to hear some. Some
That's what you're feeling today.
Some 70s and 80s.
That's what you're feeling.
He want to hear
I'm not mad at
you
it.
Play the next one.
That's
though.
a no. Okay.
I got
ain't
something.
You're
tripping with
definitely
you.
getting older.
Yeah.
And that's one of the first signs of getting older.
You know what,
Is
so-
when
you'll push
hip hop
him, man.
becomes noise. Be like,
Okay.
I don't feel like hearing that noise this morning.
So I was talking to Don Black from the other radio station,
Right.
And I'm like, you know what, Don? I never thought I'd say this, but I actually listen to more talk radio than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
That's what I
don't
listen
care for the music in the morning, the hardcore rap, Sada Baby, and all that early. That's too early in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear some some talk. I want to be informed. So
Yeah.
that's how I know I'm getting older.
Your brain is moving fast.
Yo,
you,
yeah.
you don't want all that. You don't
But it
want
doesn't necessarily.
bang,
You know
bang,
what?
shoot 'em up in the
when
morning.
I was coming up, this is how I got hooked into talk radio. Right, my mom, and everybody knows me from the music side. Okay, but my mom, remember I was just telling you how I was just sharing with Damien off mic that in the mornings I got to get my son going and get him going. But my mom used to tell us, when we would ride with her, and she would go to work, she would drop us off at school. If you're not out here by the time I'm ready to go, then your bus fare is on top of the refrigerator. Wow. So y'all might want to get with that, because she was leaving.
At least you had an option to get a ride.
She was like, we leaving. But my mom, when we would ride in, would always listen to talk radio. So I got into it early. I got interested, in it early on, and it's always been like a thing. I think it's been more of a side hobby for me versus, being on the music side.
Oh, okay.
So, I started early with it.
Yeah, my grandfather listened to Doug Banks and Dee Dee and
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So now they got you waking up playing pimp music.
Okay.
Did Doug Banks, if I'm not mistaken, did Doug Banks pass away?
Yeah, he did pass away. Yeah, he did.
Wow,
years ago, actually.
But Dee Dee is still going and kicking it and everything.
Yeah, she still does her thing.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, wait a minute.
They're no longer in the Milwaukee market.
No,
but,
they're
yeah,
not.
they're
But
still
let me
doing
put
their
in this.
thing.
Let me put in this plug because her brother he actually listens to us. And because I'm here and he's one of my besties, he always is like, y'all didn't talk about me today. So Michael McGuire, shout out to you. I'm talking about you today. And there you go. So there you go. Shout out to Dee Dee's brother. And he's like, why do I gotta be Dee Dee's brother?
And when you talk to him later, Bailey, he better not say, "Oh man, I missed that part."
Exactly.
No, we ain't
no.
like that's not
Okay.
acceptable.
You've been asking, wondering when I'm gonna talk about you. Here it is. I'm talking about you right now, and he's probably gonna text me in a few minutes.
That's
but
the
anyway,
worst. When they've been asking for you to say their name on air and you do it and they miss it. I ain't doing it.
it's funny because he's a program director. Yeah, he's a big radio guy too. Yeah,
family
he's
in
big
the
in radio.
industry.
Yeah,
Tell him you ain't doing
yeah.
it again.
Right.
Whether it's
Yeah.
easy to him or not.
Exactly.
You did it once.
Exactly. I did it once.
Yeah, yep. That's why I text my sister before I gave her shot.
There you go. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
So they get their cameras ready and stuff. Get their Facebook.
Yeah, because you know how it goes.
I'm just gonna,
I missed
yeah,
it.
I'm just gonna send him that
Do it
YouTube
again.
link. I'm just gonna send him that YouTube link. There you
Good
go.
idea. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Good idea. That's the great thing about 1017 The Truth YouTube page is because all of our shows are archived and you can always go back and listen on the app as well as
Yeah,
I use the app.
YouTube.
I've sent the app to everyone I know.
Yeah.
They all got the app. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
just save this app. So when I tell you I'm going to be on the air, you know at some point during that
Exactly.
day, you got to go listen.
Shout out to my siblings
Yeah.
because that's what they do.
Because I'm going to ask you questions.
Hey.
What you think about this part? You better not
Exactly.
say, I didn't hear it. I want to hear you got some answers.
And then they could always be like, when you make it to the top, see?
Exactly.
I supported you when you was
I
back
was
then.
there for you. Way back then.
I was
Way
there
back
for
then.
you.
When you was a fill-in.
Exactly.
DT and Telly, I supported you.
Exactly. And you and Bailey was arguing every day.
You kept sending me that
It's
app.
like, I listened. That's support. So I know, of course, with live radio, Ricky, I know since we went long on the last segment, do we need to take a break?
Yes,
and then get us back on track? Okay, let's do that. So we need to get back on track, but when we during this commercial break, you can think about this as well, because how much of a segue is this? We just had Fred Johnson in from Erie Insurance talking finances and insurance and stuff like that. Well, MPS, they're having some more financial difficulties. And when we come back, we'll get into the story about the Department of Public Instruction could withhold financial aid to MPS because of delayed reporting and incomplete financial data. Man, it just seems like it just continues. It's like as the world turns or as MPS turns. And when we come back, we'll get into that. So keep it locked right here on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
Truth Nation, there has been an ongoing debate in terms of what work ethic means, and primarily across generations. You hear phrases like, this new generation doesn't know the meaning of work. They're entitled. And the younger generation saying things like, the older people, they work way too hard and not smart enough. All perspectives have some extension of validity. I want to share with you something that I heard last weekend that really resonated with me as it relates to work ethic. And the quote was, a lot of people want to learn how to play the guitar, but they don't want to take the lessons. And so, Truth Nation, as we continue to have ongoing conversations about the meaning of work and work ethic, I want to ask each of us to consider what work means to us. And in terms of what we are looking to gain from whatever aspect of work that we deliver every day, is it equal to what we want to gain? In other words, are you putting in the work that's not just short game or 60 seconds or less, but the work that is going to create a long impact on whatever return on the investment looks like for you? Let's start having more conversations about the meaning of work, making sure that we're aligned on what that looks and feels like, and ultimately not giving up on doing the work, because goodness knows we got a lot of work to do.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Life is full of moments, from first steps to first loves, moments that make life special. Now, life can also bring us difficult and disruptive moments like a cancer diagnosis, which is why the groundbreaking work of Stand Up to Cancer is so vital. They know the problem of cancer won't be solved by one doctor, one lab, or one hospital. It takes collaboration. That's why Stand Up to Cancer brings together top minds from different fields to find new and better treatments so patients can thrive. So when it matters, we can all show up for moments of a lifetime. Please join Stand Up to Cancer and Myrtle Beach to help families get back to where they belong, making new memories for years to come. Please go to standuptocancer.org to see how you can join the mission.
Well, the delays continue. Westbound 94, an accident right out of the Marquette interchange makes things pretty heavy through there. Also slowing down all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Then just west of the zoo really starts to slow down. We have a crash on westbound 94 just west of the county line. We've got another broken down vehicle right about at Moreland Road with the left lane blocked. And then more delays heading out towards Highway F with a couple of other broken down vehicles that are out of traffic. Just want to use extra caution this morning. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Chilly start, sunny and beautiful. A high of 65 at the lake, 71 inland tonight. Clear and chilly. A low of 48 at the lakefront, 44 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. The Brewers handed pitching phenom for the Cubs, Shota Imanaga, his first loss this year after scoring 7 runs on Shota and beating the Cubs 10-6 on Wednesday. A trio of home runs from Christian Yelich, Blake Perkins, and Willie Adames helped lead the way. Brewers face Jamison Taillon and the Cubs with Colin Ray expected to take the mound for the Brewers this Thursday afternoon. First pitch is scheduled for 12:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 11:35. And finally in the NBA, Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves look to stay alive down 3-1 versus the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic. They are scheduled to tip off in Minnesota for Game 5 this Thursday at 7:30. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This dude playing George Michael.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong.
What's wrong with George Michael?
Come on,
George Michael. I'm just saying, you don't often hear a George Michael song.
Okay, look.
Whispers was a hit.
Look.
Oh, my God.
Another blue-eyed soul artist. Blue-eyed soul. You better get with it. I don't care if it's eyes or ground.
Oh, my soul artist of all time.
Man. Bobby Caldwell.
Nope.
Yeah.
You didn't even know he sang that song.
Who's the great? Who you say?
Come on
Rick?
now.
How about David Bowie?
David Bowie's a good one. Who you say?
Bobby. I agree.
No, Michael McDonald.
Oh,
I forgot
come on
about
now.
Nobody's greater than Michael. See,
You know what?
I forgot about him.
No, I know. But
Nobody's
the
better than
magic
Michael.
in it, the magic in it was that nobody knew for decades that Bobby Caldwell was white.
That. But we
That's
know,
the magic.
We knew and know that Michael McDonald was.
Oh,
I just found out
absolutely.
about.
You
I
know
just found
what?
out that dude was white like last year.
Yeah, exactly.
We know Michael McDonald was white.
But I don't
when he
have a
came out.
problem. I don't have a problem with Michael McDonald. Michael McDonald was. He's
was
dope.
still
He's
killing.
dope.
All right,
I mean, if
carry
you
on.
could if you could stand up and do a song with the great Patti LaBelle and not bat an
That's
eye
all
and
I'm
everybody fall out and hey.
That's all I'm saying.
Bailey, what about Easy Lover with Philip Bailey and Phil Collins?
Phil was
Yeah,
cold
Phil
too,
Collins. Phil was cold.
Phil
was from Genesis. Now, don't get me going.
Y'all don't think I'm crazy.
Look.
But Easy Lover is on my workout mix.
Hey, I ain't
That is
mad
one
at
of the
you.
Really?
I was watching
Great
that
song,
video.
man.
Yeah, I was watching that video the other day. I was like,
I'm asking myself when I'm listening to it, how did this song come about? How did Phil Collins and what's the other guy's name? Philip Michael. What's
Philip Bailey.
Philip Bailey. How did it come about? Did he want the original? Did he want the lead singer of Earth, Wind? And he was like, no, I'm gonna get it.
okay, so here's something that a lot of people don't know about Earth, Wind & Fire. No, there were only 2 people that recorded all of their albums. It was Philip Bailey and Maurice White.
They did
all the vocals. All of them. All of the vocals.
Wow.
If now listen, you go back and you listen to the song and you'll find out when you're listening, if one of them is singing lead, the other person is singing background and vice versa.
Okay.
So yeah, I saw. I was just talking about this in the hallway. We did. I was just talking about this in the hallway with Fred Johnson. I'm just like one of those people that I'll go back. He was talking about seeing Earth, Wind & Fire at Summerfest last year, And I said, I'm one of those people. I go back and watch old videos of Earth, Wind, and Fire or groups like that.
Oh, I
just
do
because, yeah. And I saw a clip of Philip Bailey and Maurice White doing an interview, and they said this is something that most people don't know, is that we're the only two that actually sing.
Wow.
When it comes to recording the album, but they would teach everybody parts when they were getting ready to go on the road.
But everybody played instruments, so they did their thing too.
Exactly. Okay, I'm sorry.
My
We way
fault,
off
Telly.
track.
We got
you.
So who is? Wait a minute. Before we get to the next subject, who is Joe Cocker? Craig on the True Talk text line.
Yeah, Joe is he's like a folk. He's like a kind of a folksy kind of singer.
Joe Cocker had the soul, right?
Yeah, he was very soulful, but it was
like
folk.
down south blues, folksy soul.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't popular music.
Right.
I got a song about Joe Cocker. That song is like 7-8 minutes long. He talk about being blind in the Tar Heels and all of this and all. It's a good song though.
But Joe Cocker did have some hits. He did have some hits.
Yeah,
he did have some hits.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of hits, it seems like MPS continue to take them.
I just want
to say transition there, Telly.
Your transition game
is strong.
Is above par.
Yes, absolutely.
The way that you transition us from each subject, I be like, how you gonna do it? Because after we started talking about these old songs, like, how you gonna transition us to MPS? You did it. High five.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Sometimes you get lucky. As my mama would say, if you do something long enough, you're bound to get good at it at some point.
Your mom was right.
But speaking of MPS, yesterday, MPS Superintendent Dr. Keith Posley received a letter. And in this letter, well, actually, he received a letter on Friday. And in this letter from DPI, which stands for the Department of Public Instruction, they said that they could withhold financial aid to Milwaukee Public Schools because of delayed reporting and incomplete financial data. In this letter, here's a short excerpt of it. It said, not only are many required reports incredibly late, MPS has demonstrated a pattern of submitting incomplete data as well as requesting data changes without having the required documentation for the request. The DPI may withhold a June aid payment, which totaled almost $16 million last year.
Wow.
It's rough.
Man, oh man.
That's rough.
Again, when you are the messenger and and you are delivering this message, it always seems different, or it seems to hit home more when it's read out loud, because you're like, wait a minute, all right, so you're asking for changes on things that you're late submitting, and then you don't have any sort of documentation as to why it should be changed.
When it rains,
so,
it pours.
Man, when we were just talking about the suspended driver that popped up on Zoom, and we should start talking about all the things that were wrong. There are so many things wrong with this.
Right. When you started talking about the story, it reminded me of that.
Yeah,
I was like, this is just like the driver that was on Zoom in front of the judge.
Let's just say this. I've said this before. You go and you ask for money, and I've supported it, so I feel let down. You go and you ask for all of this money, and then we find out you didn't ask for enough.
Mm-hmm.
You still got teachers that are going to get laid off.
Mm-hmm.
Then a couple weeks after that, we find out you ain't turned in the paperwork to get the money you supposed to be getting.
Mm-mm.
So now we are doubling down on the inefficiency that is going down at central office. And let me just also say this. I'm not going to, they created this for themselves, obviously. But we also have to understand that there was a few years ago a call by the Republicans and whatnot to try to have the state take over MPS. I don't know if that's a little bit behind all of this, but these are actions they're creating themselves.
Right.
You're giving them the breadcrumbs to lead people to that conclusion. if you keep making these same mistakes, you're shooting yourself in the foot and handing them the keys to the vehicle.
Exactly.
And that's how it sounds.
I truly think now these aren't mistakes. These are just a pattern of incompetency, and it's just being exposed on how incompetent these people are in these positions. Because I'm sure if you are the financial person that's supposed to make sure that things are being recorded and being executed in the way that they say that it was going to be executed or how it was planned, your job is to come and make sure that's what you do.
Yep.
That's so how are you that late? I mean, if you're coming to work every day, what are you doing outside of what you're supposed to be doing?
This is what happens when and this is what me and my people often say, you're doing a bang-up job, Brownie. This is what happens if you know the story of when George Bush went to New Orleans and his guy Brownie was over the FEMA stuff at first when they were all just terrible. And he told him, you're doing a bang-up job, Brownie. When I say that, I mean this is what happens when you have nepotism in certain situations where you have friends appointing other friends to jobs and you're not promoting and appointing those people who are qualified and those people who care about their jobs and care about what they're doing. They may have ruffled a few feathers along the way, and MPS is notorious for that. If you get on the wrong side of the administration, you might as well move to another state, another city, because your career is over. And
Right.
MPS is notorious.
That sounds like a gang. That doesn't sound like a school board.
Right, exactly.
I got a best friend who's a great teacher. My man Diamond is an excellent teacher, one of the best I've ever been around. I know he's one of the most respectable men I've ever met in my life, and I've known him since I was in first grade. You know, he's the type of dude that if you're going out of, I don't mean to belabor the point, but if you're going out of town and you're going on a college trip, you call Diamond, and Diamond will make sure that you get picked up from the airport. You ain't going to call all your other friends because they might forget.
Right.
But Diamond's going to remember. And I say that to say he ran into issues with MPS and had to go and went to go work at another school. We lost one of our best teachers because of the nepotism and the things that they do at MPS that prevent people from moving up if they don't like you. And this is what we're focusing on now. What we see now are issues of what happens when that takes place. Because instead of somebody being in those positions who know what they're doing, and I'm not saying all of MPS is this way, but I'm just saying it happens too much. Now we have these issues. And now the Republicans can point out all of these issues, and then they're going to come. I guarantee you in 6 months they're going to say, we need to take MPS over. Look at all this money they costing us. Look at all this they doing. And what are the people going to say? We're going to say, maybe.
And guess what's going to happen? They're going to take over, and all that money is going to go to these suburban schools. All that money that we're paying.
You do not want them to take over.
Exactly.
You're so right, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is not a good thing if they end up, they meaning the states, take over, because then they can really push back on anything they don't want to do.
But trust me, they trying to lead it down that road because all this stuff, this is we have to realize this is Wisconsin, this is Milwaukee. And nothing happens by chance here. All of this stuff is being laid out. The case is being laid out for that to come back up. And when that comes back up, how do we respond? Do we still stick behind our MPS officials? Or do we say, you know what, y'all might be right. Maybe we need to take this over and start over. And they, like you said, they just going to give the money to Charter and Choice or whatever the case may be and take more of it from MPS because that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're going to take more of it from MPS. But MPS has got to do better.
They got to do better.
Like we go back to the guy that was driving this morning. You know, he sounds like he might be a good dude, but he's doing stupid stuff. So by doing stupid stuff, you gotta come in here and report, and you're gonna have to take this L real quick. We know you're gonna get back out and you're gonna be driving again.
Yeah.
But you're stupid enough to show up on camera driving.
Yeah.
We're gonna take your license. You're stupid enough not to turn in the forms that need to be turned in at the time that they need to be turned in the midst of all of this that's going on that you're asking for all of this money.
Right, exactly.
You're neglectful enough not to do it then. When you know everybody's watching, you need to get your hands smacked.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just how that goes.
Yeah, at some point, you gotta take the temperature of the room, read the room. We're talking referendums, we're talking cuts, we're talking budgets, and you are not submitting and doing what you need to do, and it could end up costing the district up to $6 million being withheld. Not to say that they won't get it, but clearly there's a schedule that they're trying to take, and there's a reason why it's being distributed when it's going to be distributed if they don't withhold it. So it's like a lot of it is a lot of incompetency, and you just want to hear some good news come out of MPS for a change. It just seems like it's just one thing after another, and it's lies. You feel like you're being lied to. You feel like you're being deceived, and there's no feel good things that's surrounding MPS right now that will make you feel like and that's the total opposite, I believe, what everyone thought it would be, meaning if the referendum is passed, okay, brighter days are ahead.
Right.
And we have yet to even feel that way. It just still seems like we're stuck in this cycle because, things just keep coming up.
The thing is,
I want to say that I personally, since we passed the referendum, I feel like I've been robbed, even though I have not given a dime yet.
You feel like more.
I feel like I
you ain't even got that first property tax bill yet.
I need to go ahead and say that I want my money back because
feel let down.
Yeah, I mean I feel way let down. Matter of fact, Kyle was not for this, and I want to shout out Kyle because Kyle was not for the referendum. He wasn't for the referendum.
He came in here and said it.
He was not for it. And so, I just want to say, Kyle, you're right.
Listen.
I want my money back. You think we get
what happens?
We got to work something out.
What happens is once you have a misstep and you're in a public official, you're in a public capacity like MPS. Once you have one misstep, now and then somebody writes a story about it and that story goes big, right? Now you have other investigators that are like, maybe I can find something else.
Right.
Well, maybe I can find something else. Maybe I can bring up something else. And once that weakness is shown in your honor,
right?
Once the weakness is shown,
okay,
they gonna come for you,
right?
And once they come for you, they gonna always find something else,
right?
So the key
and
is
they
to
ain't
not
gonna
have
stop
that
until they get what they want.
Exactly.
It's like the feds. It's like they're not gonna waste their time. No, seriously, they're not gonna waste their time if they don't think they can get you. Like Diddy's house being raided, and both of them, and all of these charges that are coming up. This is all being built up for something much bigger.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So, but when we come back, keep it locked right here. Man, I can't believe it always happens this way when we have you all on the show. We are almost at the end. When we come back, we will have our truth of the matter. Keep it locked right here on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
More of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. We do this for you, Truth Nation. Because of your unwavering support, we are a 24-time WBA award finalist.
It's okay to cry. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be okay with the diagnosis. And some people be like, well, at least I got it. Now I know what to do with it. Now I don't have to be scared. And I have to just keep living. It's okay to feel all those things. There's no right or wrong way to feel.
We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, I'm a volunteer for Donald Trump.
Yeah, what do you want?
Your vote! Come on, Trump's our guy. He says he's the best guy ever for Black America. Better than Barack Obama.
Better than Obama? Trump's the guy who told America Obama was born in Africa. Never respected him enough to even accept him as president. All his white supremacist friends loved that one.
Man, that is old news.
Old news? Here's what's not old news. Trump is telling us right now he wants to be a dictator. Says he'll rip up the Constitution. Says there'll be a bloodbath if he loses again like last time.
Yeah, I wish you hadn't heard that.
Trump calls all those white folks who attacked the Capitol on January 6th heroes and patriots. He wants to pardon them. What do you think he'd be saying if it had been black folks who attacked the Capitol?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. He'd call them criminals and thugs, say they should be in jail, and throw away the key.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. I'm sticking with Biden.
Me too.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
On Thursday, May 30th, join Sharp Literacy for the 9th annual Unwrapped Milwaukee fundraising event from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Deco. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area shops will create gourmet appetizers, entrees, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based educational program, serving thousands of urban elementary students in 49 Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine schools. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin, bicycles are legal and intended users of the road. We remind drivers to share the road and make sure to slow down and give at least 3 feet when passing a person biking. Let's make sure everyone, no matter their mode of travel, gets home safely. Learn more at wisconsinbikefed.org.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
No. You heard me doing it. I could have beatboxed that. You could have filled that space in with me beatboxing.
You know what? Next time, Dame, take the lead, man. Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
I could have beatboxed that.
You sure could have.
Right.
Woo!
That's what I'm saying, man.
I got skills.
See, we're gonna have to get you in on a Friday, Dame. Man, that was great. If people don't remember, there was one Friday you were in, and we went ahead and let you loose, man.
Yeah.
And it was
Friday
great. We're gonna have to do that. Yeah,
I recorded that. Yeah, I recorded that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm gonna have to post that.
What, Ricky?
She says.
Oh, okay. So I just got word we're not going to do Truth of the Matter.
Okay, we talked that all.
Yeah, I guess we did, but that's what happens. Time flies when you are having fun, of course. And as always, Bailey, Damien, we appreciate you filling in for DT, who is on assignment.
Yes.
DT will be back tomorrow, so make sure you join us same time, same place. Up next is The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Peace out.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I need to let you know the award-winning Tory Lowe Show can now be streamed live on YouTube every day from 1 to 4. I am now bringing all the smoke on YouTube every single weekday. I need you to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and check out the award-winning Tory Lowe Show live every afternoon. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Now that's powerful.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas
and Telly Hughes.
from Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And guess what?
What is that, DT?
Our Truth fans can now watch and stream us live every day, Telly.
Wait a minute, Denise. Let me make sure I got this thing right. Our amazing and incredible Truth fans can go to 1017thetruth.com, click the Watch Live link, and watch me and you do our thing live from YouTube and Twitter every morning?
Yes, Telly, that is exactly right. So now they can watch you almost lose your black card every Friday during our Truth Telling Hit segment.
Come on now. You know I'm never losing my black card. But Truth Nation, you gotta tune into all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows, as you can not only listen live on the app, but you can also stream us live all day, every day by going to 1017thetruth.com.